everybody, it's Jeff Martin here from the band The Tea Party. I want to speak to you about my beautiful friend, Mr. Corey Luka, and his incredible band, A World Away. Corey was, how do I explain this? Well, he was my guitar technician, my engineer assistant at Riverhouse Studios, my best friend, and family. And I miss him very much, but I want to tell you how it all came to be that A World Away came together. So Corey would be working with me at Riverhouse on various different clients that I had, and also, the early days of the Black River Tea Party record. And Corey kept mentioning to me that he had an idea to put a band together of, the best musicians that he knew from, the Queensland area, more or less. And, well, he certainly did put the best of the best together. And his vision came to fruition and started working on it probably about, I'd say, a year and a half before my dear friend passed away. The music that you're going to hear from this band is probably some of the best that I've ever been involved with. Rock and roll, well, it has to be dangerous. It's got to be passionate, and it's certainly got to be played by some incredible musicians, and all three criteria are very much met, on this endeavor that the boys have put together. It's a posthumous situation as far as Corey is concerned, but I really do know that he would be very proud of what's about to come out. And not only am I proud of his work that he did with World Away, but I'm also very proud of the three other boys in the band, and they become my family as well. And I think with A World Away, I do believe that with Corey's blessing from up on high, the best is yet to come. So enjoy the music.
There's a place where
So the beginnings of A World Away for me was getting a phone call from Corey one night. And as was the greeting from Corey as always was, J-Dog! And I said, hey C-Dog, what's happening? He said, brother, I'm putting a band together. I've been working with Jeff Martin a lot from the Tea Party at his Riverhouse studio, and he's told me to put a band together and come down and he'll produce an EP for him, for Corey that is. So I said, wow, that's great, man. And he says, and who I want to invite along is you, being me, Josh on the drums. And I said, who else is on the hit list, brother? And he said, Rory from Helm and Awaken I Am, and Paulie G from Butterfly Effect and Mofo is Dead. And I went, there's some heavy hitters, my bro, count me in. And so we got to jamming.
We'd known each other for 15 or 16 years, and it was quite crazy how long we'd known each other, and it took all that time for us to finally get into a band together and play some tunes. So it was good times.
I had never met Corey before he asked me to be a part of this band, and to be honest, the last thing I wanted to do was join another band at that point in time. But I had a gut feeling that I should just meet with Corey and see what happens, and I'm really glad that I did.
Corey and I always had a really good chemistry with our songwriting, and also a good dynamic with our personalities and friendships. We had a really good time laughing together. We were always laughing, always nearly in tears with laughter. His sense of humour and my sense of humour really gelled well together. So that was the main thing. We loved playing together and we loved hanging out together. So that's how I got to know Corey, and that's how through the years, through different things and different projects, and from this to that to the other, eventually I got the phone call for A World Away.
You will never let go. There is just
we'd just start off on a riff, and then the chemistry would hit. Corey and I always had a really good chemistry from previous projects when we'd be songwriting, but it seemed the four of us just had really great chemistry when we'd write songs. So every jam we'd be just coming up with ideas, the boys would be discussing which riffs fitted best where, which chords fitted best where. Paulie'd be dropping huge bombs and huge riffs, and we'd just be working through it. So the songwriting process was fast, effective, but really organic, and it flowed really well. It had and we'd always leave smiling and pumped and ready for the next session. So the songwriting we're very blessed with lots of good energy, and what can I say? It was good fun, good times.
It was really cool to sort of have this band where we all came together and hung out and talked shit, and like I think we jammed I think we only had maybe 4 or 5 jams and then recorded the EP, and didn't really, we wrote, we finished 5 songs, and I think we had another 3, maybe 5 songs that we'd already started working on towards, and we just didn't realise that obviously what was going to happen happened, and we just thought that this was the start of a really cool, exciting new band for us, and the idea of going to record with Jeff, and the potential sort of shows we could play, and
when I was underage, I snuck into a Tea Party concert, and I remember just being really blown away. So the notion of making music with Jeff was very enticing for me personally.
Yeah, the recording process, the writing process, it was all really awesome to sort of be with those people and be in those rooms.
Recording at River House was great fun. Jeff and Melissa made us feel very much at home, and I don't think I was sober for more than 5 minutes the entire time I was there.
One of my favourite memories of us as a band with Corey was playing at his benefit concert, Corey's Jam at the Coolangatta Hotel. Corey was, as we now know, was in the final week of his life, battling cancer, but we didn't know at the time. He was really ill in hospital, and he checked himself out of hospital, come to the gig in a wheelchair, and was just battling on like a champion.
Corey's Jam was, as you can imagine, highly emotional for everyone involved, and we didn't know if Corey was going to be able to actually play the gig until he got up out of his wheelchair and played the gig, and it was amazing.
Corey just nails his parts. He hadn't been able to practice, he'd been sick, and he just nailed. I'll never forget how well he played. It was magic, it was a blessing. And So here I'd been practicing all week, just wanted to get the parts, just had it down, but over practiced and came in on one section 1 bar early, but not thinking I had come in 1 bar early, thinking that Paulie had made a mistake with his singing, thinking, oh no, Paulie's made a mistake. Paulie never makes mistakes. But it was this Muppet here who made the mistake. And I was thinking, man, we're in real trouble here. Everything was out of time. And Corey just locked eyes on me and just sort of gave me the nod that we were about to come in and join back up as a group at the right time signature and measure. And I remember thinking, and the smile he gave me was just, I remember that smile and I was thinking, oh, it's all good, it's all good. But yeah, that was my fault. But just watching him respond to that situation was a special memory, and I'll never forget it.
You know, everybody that was there for a reason, and it was for Corey. The hardest thing for me on the night was sort of playing the song As You Were. We sort of kicked into that song and a bit of a softie, and sort of looked over at Corey and sort of saw him playing away, and all I could think of was, I just want you to be as you were, you know. And next thing you know, I'm bawling my eyes out on stage, and I look to my right and there's Jeff, and you know, he was you know, shaking his head and nodding and going, I feel you buddy, I feel you. And that was a pretty hard experience to go through, but one that I will cherish for the rest of my life.
Although my time with Corey was brief, every minute of it was spent either making music or laughing, having a great time. So I'm really thankful that he put the 4 of us together to make these songs.